Hello, and in this Prepare for IELTS Speaking video, I'm going to describe a quiet place you like to go to. Now, you can talk about a room in your house, or you could talk about a place like the park or a cafe, something like that. I've decided to talk about my bedroom because it's somewhere that I do often go to when I want a quiet place. I'll go through the language in the model answer. Then I'll read through the model answer, and at the end of the video there'll be a quiz to see what you can remember. Let's take a look. Me time, a really useful little word that we use a lot in the UK. It's just time to yourself, time away from everybody else and doing something that you enjoy. Me time. To shut out the world, this is when you want to stop hearing, seeing or thinking about things. To shut out the world. A hive of activity. A hive is where bees live, and bees are always busy making honey. So we use a hive of activity to talk about a place that's very busy. There are lots of things happening. A hive of activity. Peace and quiet. This means freedoms from stress and interruptions, so no noise and people coming to disturb you, to interrupt you. Peace and quiet. To disturb, this means to come in, to interrupt what you're doing. If you're staying in a hotel, you often have a do not disturb sign that you can put on the door. Disturb. To clear my mind means to empty your head of all your thoughts. So when you come home from work, school or college, you are thinking about things that have happened during the day and you need to clear your mind. To clear my mind. I tend to, I usually. An hour or so, we can also say a week or so, a month or so, a year or so, meaning about. An hour or so. To catch up on, to find out what's been happening. So you've been at work all day and you haven't had chance to look at your phone or to listen to the radio. You catch up on the news. To scroll through, this is what we do on our phone or tablet. We look at things by scrolling through. Scroll through social media. Pretty. We often use this in speaking, and it means very. Pretty full on. If something's full on, it's very intense. You're very busy. My job is pretty full on. To wind down, this means to relax. So you've had a pretty intense day and you need to wind down, relax. For a bit, we use this in speaking, meaning for a short time. For a bit. An audiobook is a recording of a book, so you're just listening to somebody read the book. An audiobook. To stare into space, this means you're looking, but you're not really looking at anything. To stare means to look at something for a long time. Into space means at nothing, so you're just staring into space. You're just looking at nothing. To switch off means to stop thinking about things. We've got lots of phrases in this answer for relaxing and switching off. A calming effect, it makes you feel calm and relaxed. A calming effect. A great phrase here to mean I'm very busy. Often in IELTS speaking, you're asked how often do you do things, and you can say I don't do them very much because I'm rushed off my feet. I'm very busy. I'm rushed off my feet. Household chores, these are things like washing, cleaning, cooking, etc. Household chores. To suffer from insomnia means you are unable to sleep. Insomnia, unable to sleep, and we usually use it with the verb to suffer from. You can also say I have insomnia. To suffer from insomnia. To recharge my batteries, one of my favourite phrases because it's something we all need to do. To recharge my batteries. To do something else or rest and relax, wind down to regain energy, to recharge my batteries. An oasis. This is a calm, pleasant, nice place in the middle of somewhere busy. So my house is very busy. My bedroom is my oasis. It keeps me sane. Sane is the opposite of crazy, so it stops me going crazy. It keeps me sane. To chill, another way of saying to relax. It's quite an informal way. We can also say to chill out, to chill. If you regret something, you feel sad or disappointed. So if I don't do it, I'll regret it. I'll feel sad that I didn't do it, to regret. So I'll read through the model answer now so you can hear these very complex words and phrases. When I need some me time and want to shut out the world, I go to my bedroom. In our house, the kitchen is always a hive of activity and the TV is always on in the living room. So the only place I can get a bit of peace and quiet is in my room. When the door is shut, my family knows not to disturb me and I can clear my mind. I tend to spend an hour or so in there, nearly every night. When I get in from college, I lie on my bed and sometimes I might catch up on the news or scroll through social media. My course is pretty full on, so I need to wind down for a bit before dinner. Sometimes I just listen to an audiobook and stare into space. I just need time to switch off from study. My room is decorated in white and grey, and these colours have a calming effect. I'm rushed off my feet all day, and if I come home and start doing household chores, I find it hard to get to sleep and suffer from insomnia. Having an hour to myself helps to recharge my batteries and reduce my stress levels. I absolutely love my bedroom. It's my little oasis that I can escape to, and it keeps me sane. Sometimes I think I haven't got time to chill, but if I don't, I know I'll regret it. So I try to go there for an hour each day. Let's do the quiz now and see what you can remember. How can we say a recording of a book? An audiobook. An audiobook. How do we say intense, busy? I said my course, my job is pretty full on. Full on. It's very busy. How do we say to empty your head of all thoughts? So at the end of the day, I need an hour or so to clear my mind. To clear my mind. How can we say to stop yourself seeing, hearing or thinking about things? To shut out the world. To shut out the world. How can we say a calm, pleasant place in the middle of somewhere busy? My bedroom is an oasis. An oasis. How can we say I'm very busy? A great phrase for IELTS speaking. I'm rushed off my feet. I'm rushed off my feet. How can we say to look at social media? So what do you do after a busy day? Scroll through social media. Scroll through social media. How can we say to be unable to sleep? To suffer from insomnia. Insomnia. How can we say to stop thinking about things? To switch off. To switch off. How can we say something is very busy? It's where bees live, a hive of activity. a hive of activity. How can we say to look straight ahead without actually looking at anything? To stare into space. To stare into space. And finally, how can we say to feel sad or disappointed? To regret. To regret. So if I don't have my hour of me time to wind down, to chill out, to recharge my batteries, I'll regret it.